Welcome to Teotihuacan, the birthplace of the gods. Teotihuacan is an ancient Mesoamerican city about 25 miles northeast of modern-day Mexico City. At its height, Teotihuacan was the largest city in the pre-Columbian Americas and had a population of 125,000, covering 8 square miles. Some artifacts and information about Teotihuacan can be found at the Museum of Anthropology in Mexico City, but the massive structures that the people built can be found here. Teotihuacan is bookended with the Pyramid of the Moon on one end and the Citadel on the other. And the Citadel is where most of the common people lived in large apartment buildings and where artisans made pottery and other goods. This is also where the Temple of the Feathered Serpent is, Quetzalcoatl. Currently standing on top of the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, which you may recall there was something that was a recreation of the temple at the Museum Anthropologico, and behind me you can see 2 pyramids. The first one is the Pyramid of the Sun, which is the 3rd largest pyramid in the world after another Mexican pyramid and the Great Pyramid in Egypt, and then the one way behind it is the Pyramid of the Moon. The Aztecs believed these large pyramids at Teotihuacan were tombs, which is why they named the avenue connecting the Pyramid of the Moon to the Citadel the Avenue of the Dead. But scholars now know that these pyramids were ceremonial platforms topped with temples. So behind me is the Pyramid of the Sun, and it's huge. I'm about to climb up, and I'm both intimidated by the trek and amazed and awestruck by the history and magic of it. So here we go! I'm kind of crawling up the pyramid just because I'm scared of slipping and falling or losing my balance and falling backwards. Before I thought I was at the tippy top of where you could climb on this pyramid, but now I'm actually at the tippy top, at the pile of rubble here on top that I think the temple would have been on. What a gorgeous view. Behind me is where I came in, where the Temple of Quetzalcoatl, can't say his name, the Feathered Serpent god. And on the other side of the avenue is the Pyramid of the Moon. It's about 3 kilometers from one end to the other, and it looks like I'm about halfway down. People who built the Pyramid of the Sun, which I'm standing on right now, and the Pyramid of the Moon behind me, and all these other magnificent structures actually lived about 1,000 years before the Aztecs even showed up. This place was abandoned for about 300 years before the Aztecs found it, and what made that civilization disappear, we don't know. What we do know is that they were very advanced in astrology, they did human sacrifice, and they seemed to be very prosperous. When the Aztecs found this place about 300 years after the disappearance of the civilization who built these pyramids, they referred to it as the birthplace of the god, Teotihuacan, and that's because these massive structures were so impressive that they believed they were built by the gods. The area behind me served as a very prime location for special people to live, and the rooms were situated around a central courtyard with open air doors and beautiful columns that had carvings of butterflies and owls in them. Behind me is the Pyramid of the Moon, the second largest pyramid at this site, and it's either the start or the end of this Avenue of the Dead. As you can see behind me, there's barriers keeping you from going all the way top to the Pyramid of the Moon, which makes this a little easier than the Pyramid of the Sun, because not only is it not as tall, but you can't go up as high. What's really amazing about this Pyramid of the Moon is that it was built specifically so that the sun will line up with the solstice. So all these temples in the plaza of the Pyramid of the Moon line the passageway and face the interior of the plaza to limit the size of the people who gathered for ceremonies in this area. Well, that's it for my exploration of Teotihuacan, but join me next week as I take a river cruise and make new friends at Xochimilco. If you like this video and you want to see more of my travels, please like and subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when new videos are available. Until next time, bye!